Hello and welcome to another video. Today I have this 10X lens kit. So this is a telephoto lens kit by Apexel. It also comes with a macro lens, so you can zoom in 10X as well as improve the macro capability of your cell phone. So I have the 15, just the regular 15, not the Pro. So I don't have anything further than 2X. So it's very important for me to have a kit like this if I did want to zoom in further. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. So there is a cleaning cloth here. There is a light isolation cap. This is the actual telephoto lens. There is the macro lens, as well as an adapter for 30 millimeters to 37 millimeters. And then of course you have the clip included, which allows you to mount your lens onto the phone itself. There is a manual included as well, which is going to walk you through how to use all of these features. Okay, so before using, you want to wipe off your camera, phone camera, as well as the lens you're using. So this lens is brand new, so I don't really need to wipe it off, but I'm going to go ahead and wipe off in case there's any dust from shipping on the back as well. We're going to make sure it's clean, looks clean to me. Then out of the two lenses in the back, we're going to have to figure out which one's the 1X, which one's the main camera. So when you use your finger to block, so this one gets blocked, the bottom one. So the bottom one's the main lens, and the top one is the, I think, let's see, 0.5. Yep, so the top one's the 0.5. So that's how you figure out which lens you're gonna use. So you wanna use the main sensor, which is the best sensor. So the bottom one in the iPhone 15 is the main sensor. So we're gonna use that sensor. Okay, so once your lens has been cleaned, you can put this clip on here. So I think the preferable way would be to put it in from the top, but if you can't, so with this one, obviously I can reach the lens just fine from the top, but if you can't do that, you can always do it from the side. So they are both acceptable options. Once you have it nicely in place, you can go ahead and screw this part in, and that's gonna make sure that the lens holder is tightly in place. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and screw the lens in. So you're just gonna hold it upside down like that. There you go, it's screwed in. This is what the lens looks like once it's been screwed in. So in the front, this is the front camera, obviously not accessible at this point, but in the back, this is what it looks like. This is the manual focus that you can use to focus the image. And then you want to make sure there's no space, which you can see that it's nice and flush against the camera. Okay, I'm pointing away from the sun, and you can see a lot of detail on that trunk, and you can focus and try to focus directly onto whatever you're trying to look at. Let's go ahead and pan towards the sun here. So I'm looking at now pine leaves, and the sun is directly on my lens, and I wanted to see if that's creating enough glare or significant amount of glare. You can see a little bit of lens flare there, not too bad. You can still see your pine needles there. These trees are about 45-50 yards away from me. Now I'm going to focus at something that's many yards more, over 100 yards away. So that's that water behind that fence. So okay, I'm on the fence. Let me focus behind the fence. I don't know if you can tell, but there's water behind there. There's geese. I'm trying to get to the geese here. Let's see. So I'm now focused on the water. I am obviously not using a tripod, which makes things more difficult, but you can see the shimmering water in the back. Let's see if I can catch that squirrel on the top of that fence. That's a squirrel 50 yards away from me. And I could do 2x. So when I use the 2x lens on my camera, of course I'm now at a 20x zoom which is way more far than a human hand can hold stable. So I'm gonna, there you go, I'm bracing my hand against the railing of the deck here, and look at the detail I'm able to catch from 50, maybe more yards away on this grill. That's amazing. I'm gonna pan over to the Christmas tree in the back. Look at the level of detail on that. As the tree waves, go back to 10x rather than 20. Now I'm about 200 yards away, and you can see the details on those trees. Focus on those branches. 150 yards or so away, and this is 20x. Let's zoom out to the 10x, and this is what you can see. And this is all without a tripod, so if you're out sightseeing and take your tripod, you'll get even a more stable image. This is 20x. Look at the level of detail I'm able to pick up from a handheld iPhone with a lens. That's amazing. Let's pan over past these trees and focus in on the houses behind the tree. There you go. So you can focus in past and really hone your focus onto your subject really well. As far as the macro lens, all you're going to do is screw it on the front of the telephoto lens and clip it onto the phone and start using it. Okay, so I have the telephoto lens on. I am on my deck, so that's what you're seeing here. And then let's focus in on this leaf here. There you go. And you can see the level of detail I can get on this leaf. It's pretty amazing, pretty remarkable. I have this pine needle here, so let's look at this pine needle, this dried pine needle. Pretty darn amazing. Again, I think it's better to put it on a tripod and then move the actual object you're looking at rather than moving the camera. But for video purposes, I think this is a good demonstration. So really loving both the macro and the telephoto lens. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.